What's going on, people? How you doing? Doing okay? Just me? It's okay. Alright, we're gonna finish this up because I need to do this. I was asked to do it and I never well, yay, what's up, Skip? So I need to kind of finish it. I started this whole I'm gonna draw 80s cartoons thing, and then it was like, hey, here's some work, do some work. Hey, here's some work. Nope what? Like, nope what? What? Nope. What's up, Knights? Nothing much, man. How you doing? You doing all right? What we got going on here? Stuff has been given to me. Oh, nice. Nice. I like that background. It's a cool banner. Or wallpaper. Yeah, that's good.
Hi.
Sorry, you came down before I could, do the thing.
Sorry, you came down before I thought about loving you.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I said.
I know that's what you said.
Stop being mean to me.
No one's being mean.
Hi, Skip. Hi, Miss Ebony.
So we're gonna warm up. We're gonna warm up with this.
You should warm up with something good.
Mouse is hiring animation in Vancouver.
Hi, Thunder.
Star Trek. It's too good to give up to work on it. Really? Well, I mean, true. There's a little bit more stability with being a teacher, but I mean, you would be working with Titmouse. That's a pretty big deal.
I want to go to Colorado.
You want to go to Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
Just for giggles?
Yeah.
Okay. Might be able to, pull that off. And users are in demand. That's true. That's true, but I don't, SCAD likes to hold a grudge, so I don't know if you left, if they would take that too kindly, you know what I mean? They might not like that, but teachers are in demand, so I just came. Snowboard, but I'm good.
That's where I got the Colorado.
Okay. I'm hoping that it was at least fun. I never was able to do snowboarding. Like, I was always the skiing guy, but it was probably mostly because it's all they ever let me really do when I was in Germany. They had snowboards, but it was always like, well, that would mean you'd have to learn something new. And, well, it was definitely more of a, well, we know how to do skiing. So that's what we're gonna do.
Can you toss me a highlighter or something, please? Thank you.
Something else to do yesterday? I'm sorry. It's like, sorry I had to make, I couldn't make it yesterday.
That's gross. Why would you do that? It's so gross. I don't like it when you do that. Why are the wires always all tangled up down here? What is wrong with you?
I want to leave Savannah, yeah.
Is it? Is it because
Blame
of
me.
Yeah.
No. No one's gonna blame you, Thunder Keys.
Blame me for what?
The fact that Miss Ebony had to find something else to do yesterday.
I blame Mango. Villain Steve Jobs, huh? Kaiser, ask the questions that you know I want to ask.
Wait, here you go. Hold on. Here you go. And I guess I need to is it because I'm black? Is that why I'm evil Steve Jobs?
Villain Steve Jobs?
Villain Steve Jobs?
Yes.
Yes.
Look at you looking all cute. I appreciate this. Yes, exactly. Well, at least Bakia's honest, eh?
Yep.
Back to doing stuff.
It's tough. I got a fractured tailbone. Oh no! Oh no! That's not good.
No, it's the goatee. Sure.
No, don't let him fool you. He's lying because you know he could come over at any time and doesn't.
Who?
Single digit.
That doesn't mean that they don't miss me. Just means they don't miss you.
You don't need to come to see me.
Well, you're here. Mirror Universe Steve Jobs. Okay, like, we can definitely make fun of Kaiser for looking like Steve Jobs and all, but do you appreciate the look?
So this is why we can't have nice things.
Why?
Because single digit will make fun of you for it.
Hell, don't care. Let's I don't know. Except, I respect the look. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, over here. A good spirit. Do. They don't miss you. They just miss your cooking. Why do you think I keep coming over?
Cooking isn't.
Did you see that? Talking to you.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm being mean. But see, the thing is that you don't come over. You say you come over, and then you don't. So, I don't know if we can take what you say seriously. Sorry. No more pie. That's just sad.
I was told I have to wait a while before I can make my pie.
Oh. That's frightening. Like, what happened? Now I'm curious. What? Oh, sorry. If the pie has cinnamon, then I agree. What's the matter?
Don't worry, no cinnamon, no chocolate for single digit. I know. I'm trying to do Brown's playlist, but I have 2 songs. Both are supposed to be by Living Tombstone. One is FNAF 1 and one is FNAF 2, but they don't come up as being by Living Tombstone.
Oh.
What?
You know more about my allergies than my doctor does. Well, that's because the boss cares.
You do care.
The doctor just wants your money. So since I missed, I mean, everyone's Sunday, and I know that some people have answered, but how's everyone's weekend? You guys do anything fun? Just relax?
My weekend was boring. I didn't do anything.
Nothing.
No one liked all the work I did.
No one did?
No one.
Hmm.
KK hated her bread and her peppers.
It's a trap. It's on the sheet you're holding. Come out. Went to a fancy restaurant? Ooh. Can afford something like that casually?
Hey!
Nice, look at you.
Yes, there is something good to say about being a grown-up, eh?
Oh, Skip. So I just sent out the stickers for Patreon, and your address is still going out towards Maryland. Do you want me to switch it to Savannah, or you still want me to send it to your house in Maryland?
Butchie, did you tell everyone about your big wrestling wins?
Nice. Oh no! Okay. That's cool. I'll just keep sending them. I came through the 4th of July. It's all the chaos that happened on the block. Yeah. And I do believe there was a hey, Thanksgiving type deal.
Oh, Bethany is not here.
Huh?
Is that Fred?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sad and upset.
Yeah. That's him trying to be all, you know.
I don't see what you see, so.
It doesn't come through?
No. Oh, sleepers?
No, I took a picture of the walker.
Why?
He was fighting somebody. They were wrestling.
And then he fell down.
No, that Colorado thing. That's him.
Go make pouty faces at the camera for me. And tell Mr. Bethune that he's made us all very sad.
They call me out for the movies I
Who's that?
play next week. He said, "You are cheating. You are cheating." But no, okay, you're not cheating. It's like you're not cheating because the parameter left that wide open. So you're not cheating, but I think you took the easy way out, which is fun. But you know, absolutely fair. You took that one. Oh, I was over here trying to look for like the stream. Thank you, Dan Flores, for liking the stream over on Facebook. Lydia. Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Oh, I would pick Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, where's my car?
Uh-huh.
Oh my. That might actually be more so than what single digits picked. Jeez.
Although I like single digits, suggestion of Blade. I've not seen John Wick, so I don't know if I like that or not.
Both are great suggestions as far as
So
movies.
why is it a cheater?
Well, it's not. It was just I know what Spider-Man was thinking.
What was he thinking?
He was thinking of a type of like Jurassic Park, where it's not. Well, no, that
doesn't
would
happen in a bar or a pub or club.
right. But it's just the second one where it's like it says its name. So, and I think that's more like if they said G.I. Joe, where it's not someone's actual name, where they would call it. They're like, oh, the G.I. Joe task.
So Dude, Where's My Car is perfect
Perfect.
because I'm not cheating.
Exactly.
It's not someone's name.
Exactly.
But did they say John Wick in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah.
Because I don't normally
It's like,
differentiate between the Johns. I'd like John, or I'd like White John,
oh, White John.
not White John.
It's like, oh no, not White John.
We do have Ninja John though,
We do.
but still, that's not actually John's name. And then don't get me started on Crazy Train.
Oh, Crazy Train.
It's not sour.
The other characters' names. I know. Cheating. But it's okay. It's okay. We forgive you. Oh, I thought Butch was gonna tell some news or something.
Yeah, Butch, go show everyone your battle scars. Mm-hmm.
Where's the camera? Oh. Can I see it?
I don't know. Oh no, because my head's in the way. You're right behind me.
I can see it, Butch.
I got beat it up.
I can barely see. Sorry. Light. You gotta go like this to put shadow on your face.
Now it's just your hair is in the way. Oh no, that
was really good. We can see it good.
Okay.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see it? Good. It was one heck of a fight though, if I can say so myself.
You should show it on stream.
I don't have it uploaded anywhere.
Facebook.
We do have it. It's in like 4 different videos though. That's okay. He got strawberries. He got beat up. That's what he says.
Roblox pregnant.
You know what Lydia made me remember?
What's that?
I'll tell you that anyway.
What's
You
that?
won't remember it, but I'll tell you too. So Lydia made me remember that for a while, my Facebook profile was the Alton Brown you drew for me.
Oh really?
I should go back to that.
I still like Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider was good too. Ghost Rider was also my profile pic for a while.
I really appreciate Ghost Rider. Like, that one was just awesome.
The worst part about it is, I did watch both of those shows and still didn't know what was going on. Well, no, not the Nick Cage movie that happened. There used to be a show called Ghost Rider that came on after Baywatch a long time ago. And I watched like maybe 2 episodes of it in my entire life. There also used to be a show called Ghost Writer that came on right around the same time as Wishbone after school. And when I married Brian, I let him know that I actually didn't really know much about either of them and had a completely different idea of what Ghost Rider was in my head.
So I drew it.
I thought it was a ghost. A literary ghost.
I do have that. I still have it. I would have to look for it though. But I do have it. I remember Ghost Riders. It was the kids who lived above the bodega.
What's not a real word?
That's what you
Did you do your homework? Are you lying?
Yes. Skull on fire.
Did you have good grades in school?
Define good grades. Define in school.
Was it a high school and E's and A's?
In some of my classes, I not only didn't respect the institution of academics, but neither did my parents, and they didn't really push me to try. So when I was bored, I would talk back and do what I wanted, annoy the teachers to no end because they would be mad that I was wasting potential and all that jazz.
When I'm bored, I just play Five Nights at Freddy's.
That wasn't existent, and I didn't know how to get Drug Wars on my calculator, so I didn't have any real games at all.
What?
It's the name of the game. Drug
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah, I know, but how do you get a game on the calculator?
If I knew that, I would have had it on my calculator. Skip got straight A's once when they were taking one class.
Wow. Impressive.
I could get straight A's often, not in high school. In high school, if I didn't like the teacher, I would put forth zero effort. Zero effort. But I would also annoy everyone by answering everything out loud right when we're doing the class discussion, and then just not try it all in the test. Just answer dumb stuff.
Where was the Declaration of Independence signed? At the bottom.
Yes?
At the bottom.
Who failed you on your final review? You want me to beat them up? I'll TP their house.
You're gonna TP your own house?
Yep. It works out for me though, because you'd have to clean it. Me and the kids would have fun just throwing toilet paper with reckless abandon. How can you keep dying?
Oh, well, probably because I'm bad, but also I wanted to see if that was a portal.
Oh, is it?
No.
Partially because I'm bad.
And partially because I wanted to see if it was a portal. Yes! Kaiser did fail him. What a bum.
Did?
Why did he fail? Was he better than you and you were jealous?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure that I wasn't even the one there. But I was the one who had to send out the.
That's also not a portal.
I was the
You're
one
too
who.
young for that joke.
What?
None of your business.
What?
None yet.
I was the one who had to send out the you didn't make it reports, even though I wasn't on them.
That's because you were the boss.
Yep.
What happens if you jump in the little dinosaur's mouth?
You die.
Yeah, but what happens? Like, is it fun?
No, it's well. Like,
How come those things don't fall on you?
Cause, it's scripted. The way it's coded is so that
Kaiser does threaten to fail people a lot.
everything happens when it needs to, so that you don't just die randomly.
But you do die randomly.
Yeah, but that's not because I think. Oh.
Exactly.
That's not
Didn't
because
you-
that's not because things are falling on me. That's just.
Didn't
'cause I
you
messed
fail
up.
because you didn't have enough work? I don't remember why you didn't pass the final review.
Well, you probably shouldn't ask him to be all public about it. Maybe they don't want to talk about it.
He's the one who brought it up.
So? Well, you and I both know how I feel about Skip.
Yeah.
They're not real.
Skip is real.
Really?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. I adore Skip.
Matsuko, wait, did you just win? Oh my goodness. Why?
According to Buffalo, I had the skills, but I didn't have portfolio content to prove the skills.
You didn't have
I agree.
But like, yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna rewrite the story, and I'm gonna say Buffalo is mad jealous of you, Skip.
I was like, okay.
Jellly.
Uh.
I
Scam.
I'm not a scam. I would love filet mignon. Do you have steak for me? What do you want for Valentine's Day?
$1 billion money.
Alright.
It's like $1 billion money.
I'm gonna get him $1 billion money.
So I couldn't call the tattoo place today because they were closed.
Are they closed on Mondays?
Yep.
That's cool.
I was like, oh, wow, good for you.
Why are you getting a tattoo?
Because I can. And it's time.
Because you can't. Shh. I'm gonna tell my story how I want to tell it. You're not here to stop me. So this is how it's gonna work.
Oh, you still got the reel up? Nice. Whoops. Who has the most consecutive final review fails at the IW? No. No, it's not, because Pleasantville eventually quit. And, you know, there was just like, there's really no reason for you to keep coming back. Because Pleasantville actually couldn't get through, oh my goodness, what was it? Senior 2? And so he got stuck. Because, you know, at one point we made it so that in order to get to Senior 3, you know, or whatever we called it, you had to pass that class, right? You had to pass the one previously. And he always got stuck because he wouldn't listen. But as far as most consecutive failures for the actual final review, it would have been Dragon Lady.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say who called them this, but what about the douchebag with the big car case?
He actually, I think it was only once.
Okay.
No, Dragon Lady failed like 2 years because they just would not listen, and she needed she needed an advisor, and people refused to work with her.
Why?
Teachers were like, "Well, she's not listening,"
So?
and so it was like
She can't listen if no one tells her anything.
she's like, "Well." The teachers were like, look, I tried, she doesn't want to listen, someone else has to take her. And then I was like, well, because after a certain amount of years,
You just get kicked out.
well, no, because she kept taking classes and she was trying to get better, but it just wasn't really working. And no, it's not Dragon Kim. Not Dragon Kim.
Dragon Lady.
It was
different dragon person.
It was the other dragon person.
Do you remember the Poison Girl? Did she even make it to reviews?
No, Poison Girl never made it to reviews. But
What about the Fedora Boy? I
He
should call
did.
him Boy.
yeah, he did.
But did he do well?
Yeah.
You know which Fedora guy I'm talking about, right?
Oh, well, maybe not. Oh. I have no idea how he did, but yes, he did. He did graduate. But yeah, so I took over the review for, not the review, but her advising, and I was like, look, you keep drawing these dragons, and well, you're just not that good at them. Because she wasn't drawing dragons, she was drawing dragon people, and her humanoids were just bad, like just bad. And so I said, you know what? With the dragons, I was like, there's some semblance of good animal anatomy, so you're gonna do a portfolio for animals to get out, just so you can graduate. Because you've been here for far too long. You're taking dummy classes just so you can stay in class. Just so you can stay in school and pull in financial aid, I think. And it's like, do this, because you have the talent to do this. And then
Some of this is jogging my memory.
and then she did. and then she graduated. And
See, they should have just had her, been her advisor.
And the best part about all this stuff is that I got in trouble for her entire existence at the school.
Why?
Because the financial aid department kept giving her money. Even though she was well beyond her financial aid cap. And, because I did what I was supposed to do, which was advise her on classes she needed.
What about the one that Ralph almost had y'all end up in court over?
Oh, that was a teacher.
Yeah, but it was Ralph's department and Ralph's student.
No, it was just a teacher. It was Ralph's department,
Oh,
but it was a teacher.
That makes it even worse.
It was a teacher.
Yes.
I smoothed that over.
I know you did.
But yeah, so financial aid.
Where's
So
the
that's
small
yeah,
guy?
financial aid kept giving her money for those 2 years. Remember where she was taking all those reviews and kept failing? Well, for those 2 years, she kept taking 3 to 4 classes to try and somehow better her portfolio.
Honestly, she should have just went to life drawing.
Should have, but we were like, hey, I would advise her. And then once she was just about ready to graduate, the registrar at the time, great guy, but he went and he tagged me, or he CC'd me on an email that he did to the dean saying, hey, just checking on what's going on here. This person should have graduated a long time ago. Blah, 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 blah. Is this true? And I was like, oh yeah, that person's true. They, they're about to graduate. I think we got them out. Blah, blah, blah. Well, then the financial person was like, oh my goodness, we're going to owe so much money. She wasn't supposed to be here. And oh my goodness, blah, blah. And I'm going, okay, why are you yelling at me? That sounds like a financial aid problem. And then it was, oh, well, you advised her. And I'm like, yeah, I advised her to take classes. I didn't advise your financial aid advisor to give her money. If she didn't have any money, guess what was going to happen? You say, I'm sorry, you can't take these classes because you don't have any money. And it was funny because the person who was her financial aid officer was gone, just like many people at that institution. And so I became the scapegoat on that one because they needed to blame someone. And they're like, oh, well, you know, all they do, how would they know that they shouldn't be taking those classes? I was like, because she has no money? It's like, yeah, but they only look at the numbers. And I'm like, exactly, when it says 0, then that means you have no money. And I actually got written up for it. I got written up for it for financial aid's issue because they had no one to blame for it, and I was the one who got written up for it. And from what I hear afterwards, the higher ups, they're trying to fire me over it. You know, that was the discussion. They wanted to get rid of me because they wanted to get rid of me anyway. But then it was, yeah, we should let him go over this. This is such a huge deal. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. And then I was like, what's the responsibility of the financial aid person? Like, oh, well, they're not here anymore. And I was like, so, what? So it was all my fault. And they're like, well, you know. I was like, no, I really don't. Because this is stupid. This is very, very stupid. But they still couldn't get rid of me with that. They tried, though. And I did get set up. But
more than once.
More than once. More than once.
Will you push the green button for me today, Butch? I gotta go charge my phone.
You want the charger? It's here. You can charge it here. No?
I also have to harass my other son.
Oh, okay. Bye. It was fun. That just sounds target on. Yeah. No, it was horrible. It was bad. Oh my goodness! Towards the end of my tenure at AI, they tried to fire me on just anything. I mean, at one point they were trying to get me to commit fraud because they wanted me to change the documents that was submitted to the accreditation body. And they're like, oh, we need you to change the information that's on here. I'm like, no. And they're like, why not? And it's like, well, because we submitted that to SACS, so that information is documented that it's there. So I mean, why would I change that? And they're like, oh, well, we don't need you to change it per se. We just need you to say something else. And I'm like, what? I was like, wait, that's changing it. And then they're like, well, here's the thing. So we got a letter from SAC saying that they don't understand the paperwork. And I was like, okay. And so they told us that we needed to switch it around so that it made sense. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. Show me the paper. Show me the email to where the accreditation body is in on this so that I'm not going to be committing any type of, problems. And they're like, so we don't actually have it. It was just kind of a verbal thing. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And they did get some other department chairs to do it. And I was like, none of these people know anything about what is actually happening here. So that's horrible that you're making them switch this stuff, even though they have zero clue about what they're talking about, because they weren't here then. And then, I got pulled into the office. Got cornered by 3 people. It was delightful. There you go. It was delightful. But what was funny was I refused to let them win, and they hated that.
You.
Yeah, I was like, nah. Guess what's not gonna happen?
Yeah.
You're such an awesome department head. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This thing about AW was Kaiser and professors he brought in, and a handful of students. Yeah, the rest of the school was garbage. The rest of the school was garbage. And the problem is like we cared, like the teachers, we really wanted to try and deliver like a really high-end education at that school. Like we really tried. We had our hands tied at every freaking stop. It was just like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, but this, look, our the professionals that we surveyed and all that stuff, they're saying that we need to do this, that, and the other thing. And they're like, well, that's not what we heard. And I'm like, I literally did an entire interview with 7 different companies, and this is what they're telling us in our area. And then Atlanta would come back. It's like, well, in Atlanta, I'm like, we're not in Atlanta. So why do I care what Atlanta is doing? That's not helping us. They're like, well, they are our parent company. I'm like,
yeah,
they're still not us. So who cares? You're like, what? You guys have there is so much dirty that happened, and it was so much dirty that they were trying to take their frustrations out on me by trying to punish me, and thus ultimately punishing the students so bad. So I'm pretty sure. Let's see. You were the release I saw after dealing with the torrent. She was ruthless. So there was a time when they were like, all right, well, we have to cut teachers, right? Because we had bought too much stuff and bought too many floors and all kinds of stupid stuff that really shouldn't have done, but they did it anyway. And so it's like, we have to cut some people. So I was asked by HR, and they were like, all right, I need you to rate your professors.
I made ice lizard from class.
And I'm like, okay, why am I rating my professors? Right? And I'm like, you gotta give me something a little bit more than that.
Something a little
like,
crazy.
Why am I rating my professors? And they're like, well, because we want to have a rating on. I think I'm gonna do a different page. I'm gonna do page 39. Because we want to have a rating so that we know where our teachers are and where they lie and stuff like that. And I was like, so you're asking me to see how well my teachers are doing? And they're like, yes. And of course, I was like, fine. And I rated all my teachers, and I was like, they're all, it was a 1 through 5 system. And I was like, they're all 5s, because they're all at that point, right? We had some great teachers at that point. We kind of thinned out all the bad ones, mostly. And I was like, so they're doing all 5s, like no questions asked, all 5. Then we went away for Christmas break. Well, most people did. I had to come back early, but so we're there, Christmas break, blah 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 blah. I come back, it's like a week or so before everyone else, and they go, all right, so we had to make budget cuts, and I'm like, all right, good thing we're the largest department in, except for culinary, because everyone's got to eat. But besides that, we're the largest department. So I was like, media's cool, not a problem. Came back and they're like, so we've let go. We're gonna let go of 2 of your professors. And I'm like, what? what are you talking about? I don't have the, what are you talking? I don't have the ability to let go of 2 of my professors. And they're like, yeah, well, that's what we're gonna do. I'm like, what is happening right now? And they let go of the one and only programming professor and Sam Ellis. And I was like, the 2 people who literally stand out on their own. We only have one programming professor. Are you closing the programming department? No. How am I supposed to teach it? You just fired the only freaking programming professor. And they're like, well, you'll figure it out. I'm like, no, that's not the way that works. And they're like, it's your problem now. I'm like, what? And we were one of the ones who had a strong 2D department, like a strong 2D track. We were the main school that was fighting to, get rid of, not get rid of 2D animation. And so with Sam there, we're like, look, I'm like, come on. And he was at that time the only animation professor that we had. And just relentless. Fired him a week after. No, it was it was like right on the new year, because we came back 2 weeks after the new year. So on like the 3rd of January, bam, fired. I was like, oh my goodness. It was the worst. And then they're like, ha ha ha. Right? And they told me, they're like, well, since you didn't want to give us a proper rating of your teachers, we just made decisions. And I'm like, and you didn't think that maybe you should have asked me the right question? I was like, maybe? And they're like, no, you didn't want to help, so we just took it upon ourselves. And I'm like, and then had the audacity to come back the next semester and go, can you tell me why you have so much overtime with all your professors? I'm like, because you fired 2 of my full-time professors. That's 6 classes. What did you think was gonna happen? I'm like, ugh. How is Mr. Ellis doing these days? He's doing all right. He got into cryptocurrency. Apparently, he really likes it. And he's like, yeah, cryptocurrency, where is that? I'm like,
that looks like Philip.
And I was like, all right. I'm still weary about the whole crypto thing, because I just don't know. But like I said, he seems to be doing just fine. Where'd he go? Nope, it's wide. So yeah, I had, oh man, the fights that I had for you guys, for you students, oh man, so many countless hours just in the office getting like reamed by everybody because I would have the audacity to do things. When we had a new dean, right? We got, after they unceremoniously got rid of Dr. Hintz.
Super cool world for cool people.
The new person who came in, right? Because now granted, she was being fed a whole bunch of lies and was like, you need to watch out for this person. He's a problem, blah, blah, blah. The things that you do when you're trying to thin out the old guard. Fine, and at one point I had a review. She gave me a review and was like, you have to stay at your desk. And I was like, what are you talking about? And it's like, I'm getting a lot of complaints from students that you're not available to them. And I was like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, you are not available to your students, and so I'm gonna make sure that if you're not in class, you are sitting at your desk.
Actually, no, it's fine. Let's do expert.
And I'm like, I don't even know what in the world is happening right now, because what?
That
and
easy.
and it was like, wait, what? I was so confused. So I'm like, I'm always with the students. I'm always in the class.
I don't know corruption or crimson.
What?
means.
And they're like, yep. And I was like, you mean to tell me that you had one student who didn't realize that I'm either in the hallway or actually in classes? And they
What
came
did
by
they
my
do?
office once without an email or a phone call, and then I'm never around for them?
Okay.
I'm like, come on. And it's like, well, I mean, you are not in your office. I'm like, oh, don't give me that. And they're like, yeah, so, I mean, and that's where I was. So towards the end, couldn't even go to classrooms anymore because I had to be at my desk. And did I take that until they fired me? Because when they're like, hey, there's this extra event where we would like you to come and like pass out popcorn, I'm like, sorry, I was told that if I'm not teaching class or in a meeting, I have to be at my desk so I can be available to students. And so all the extra stupid stuff that they had, that they always wanted people to do, I'm like, sorry, can't do it. I was told by my boss that either in class or at a meeting, and then, you know, and at one point she felt bad about it, because she's like, look, you don't need to take it that seriously. I'm like, oh, no, until you take it off of my warning sheet, no, I'm going to follow it to the T. And they didn't like that, you know, because I was like, you want this? Let's do it. Let's
What
play.
about Moon Lord?
Let's play. Enter this, you were likely to
Yeah,
the
so
place.
let's just
That's
figure
what
out
I
Moon
said
Lord.
when I got in trouble for it. I was like, look, I'm literally like in one of two places.
Don't worry.
They're like, that's not good enough.
No, don't worry.
I was like, oh my goodness. It that place, I kid you not.
No,
I'm just
once you beat the Ender
this
Dragon,
makes no
like,
sense.
there's really nothing.
And then later I found out, you know,
Well, yeah, but that's
I was like, later I
Yeah, but
found out that they were
building's
literally,
kind of boring.
they were out to get me. Like, that was it.
Yeah,
that
no,
was.
but Terraria, it's such a
I just wanted to shoot
longer
the
game.
breeze
Like
you were
Minecraft,
about it. I
could
know.
I could probably beat
I know.
Minecraft in,
I
like,
was always there.
2 hours.
I was like, that was my thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm always
Yeah.
available. And they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, what? They just really,
Well,
they just really didn't
without-
like me.
Even without a
They were just ready to get rid of me. And I'm like, you know what? Fair enough.
Like even
Like, fair enough. If that's where we're at.
even without the story, there's just like
Like 2.5,
more
a whole
exploration and
extra
bosses, enemies. Like it's just a longer game. Like the only real difference, not the only, that's not, but like they're not really the same
It was-
at all.
It was amazing. It
Like,
was
they're
it was
they
amazing.
just both walk.
So you couldn't use the bathroom? No. It's like, no. Well, see, I would go to class, and then I would use the bathroom at class. And be like, all right, I gotta use the bathroom. Because then I was technically in class.
Poo.
It was really stupid. There was a lot of dumb. A lot of dumb. Alright, I was getting out of the elevator one time, and you stopped to check out the piece I was doing for a color theory, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was like, I always thought that I was super available to students, but apparently there was one, possibly two
How do I
students
join?
who were like, nope, I can never ever find him. He is never anywhere where he's supposed to.
Keep
I
remembering,
even had
how
a
do I
sign.
join?
I even had a sign on my door, and I said, if I'm not in my office,
Okay.
I'm probably in 1004 or 1021, and that was it. Those were my. That was it. I'm like, come on, cut me some slack. And you're like, nope, no slack is given. None. You get none slack.
Alright.
But yeah, I dealt with a lot at that school. And the funny part was, you know, it was always funny when the teachers were like, oh, you know, like, because I would keep a lot of stuff away. I'm like, look, my job is to make sure that they don't have to deal with this, right? Like, I would be, like, there were times when, like, oh, well, this class,
It keeps saying I lost
so
connection.
this class has, I forgot what it was, like, it wasn't necessarily
Yeah.
low attendance, but it was like low, like there were people getting bad grades and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, these are the these are the gatekeeping classes. This is where you get to go to the next level, right? Like that's the next thing. Like yes, there's going to be more people failing here because of, I don't know, it's a review thing, and they're like, well, you know, we need to watch these professors and you need to put them on review. I'm like, no, that's no. It's like, no, absolutely not. And they're like, well, you should. I'm like, well, I'm not going to, so what else you got?
Does it matter? Hold on.
Horrible. I'm sorry.
No, it's the
I
password.
didn't see you
like,
on your desk like a
no
good.
cap. Yeah, because every time I put that in, yeah, I'm at the password screen. Hold on, I'll screenshot.
Oh man. But I did have, you know, the thing is that I did have good times too. 3 1 2 wait. 1 2 So, you know, I can say that I had fun there. But you know, I did. I swear, I did. But they were definitely trying to make that hard. Not even gonna lie. And I think that was another thing that they didn't like so much, is because I was able to have fun with the faculty and the students alike. You know? And they couldn't because they were all stuck in the muds. But I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Then when they did finally find a way to get rid of me, they started spreading lies. It was like the game designers were all like, hey, so can we, you know, we really need to think about getting a 3D printer. And the president at the time looked at them and was like, oh, the only reason you don't have one is because Professor Tillman hated 3D. I was like, what? I do believe it was me who was like, hey, you know, it would be really cool for your final portfolios and final reviews and stuff to get these printed out, because that would be awesome. But I was the one who was like, nah, 3D, you get nothing. It's like, you get nothing. Nothing. It was hilarious. It was so bad. It was so bad. And what made it worse is that the students would come and tell me, like, they would find me and they're like, do you know that they're saying this? And I'm like, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. And it's like, yeah, but it's horrible. I'm like, yeah, well, that's the narrative that they want to try and tell you to make themselves feel better. 4 2 3. And then once Hernandez took over, I was like, look, man. 1 2 3 4. I was like, look, these people are horrible people. just be aware that they are horrible. And you need to watch your back for everything. Cause ew. Why does that one look so much thicker than the other one? That's why.
Hold on, I need to try something really quick. Give me a minute.
Get away from the point. Oh yeah. That was, it didn't matter. We just wanted to get some work done. That was it. We're like, we just want to do some work. That's all we really want to do. That's it. People were like, oh look, we find a quiet room. Party. I was like, geez, will you stop?
Just trust me, trust me. I think I
If
figured
I
out
had
the
the one
problem.
person who wanted that job. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I did
And
journey.
he was gonna go. Everyone else would be.
I didn't know
Started
Matt.
making plans. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was vague. I mean, it was just,
Yeah, I just did. So
you know, the whole situation was just bad.
alright. It switched to the journey again. Alright, don't worry. I'll make a third character.
2.5. Ah, see? What's this? So put it there. So that's too much. Okay, so that's not enough. So if we do that. This is what I hate about trying to make symmetrical stuff. This is the easiest part about doing this on the computer. You make one box and you're good. 2.5.
Alright, I finally did it.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm so good at this game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
What?
6. So I'm supposed to be here.
I'm the best player in the world. Help me. I accidentally picked hardcore. No, I'm just kidding. I picked mediocre.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Too late.
Oh, that's so close. That's really close. I think we're gonna
Okay.
do that. One streak the various winners.
Okay. How do I get back? How do I
Animations. Yep.
switch?
Could only draw half of it and scan it. That's true.
Escape said save and
What
exit.
was that? With crowds. True. But, oh man.
Yeah, you do. That's why I picked it, because I'm a demon.
Yeah. There was lots of, and then we created the stupid belt. Remember when we had the 24-hour belt?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I picked it.
Oh man, the 24-hour
Exactly,
belt was
that's why I-
amazing.
I told you I'm a gamer.
It's like, oh, we gotta create the belt. And the whole idea was that people could literally walk around the school and like
It sounds like
antagonize
you
other
guys are
people
just
for the
upset that
entire
you're not
in the
gamers.
entire quarter. Oh man, those were good times.
No, I'm joking.
Good
I already
times.
made it
And
a
then
character.
what happens? What happens? Oh my goodness. They came in and they're like, oh my goodness. Do you know that when we were doing the 24-hour challenge, and then remember when it went away, when I took it away? Because people decided that it was going to be okay to go to like Chili's or Fridays or whatever the heck was over there,
I killed the bunny.
and got drunk, and then came back and started making and doing stupid stuff. And so I was like, oh, it's like that? No. And so I took it away, right? But then
He took that because
but then I got such an ask for, right? And they're just like,
I played
oh
the-
man,
I
we really
played
want it
the-
back,
I
we're
still
super
don't know how to
sorry.
play.
So I was like, all right,
Oh yeah,
prove
secret's
it,
pretty bad.
right? And I was like,
just found a
you
legendary
prove it.
wooden sword.
Here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. And I was like, all right, well, prove it. And so they started organizing and all that stuff, and I was like, all right, I will support you, you know. And that's when the students took over, because it was like, all right, you want this, prove it. And so I had the students take over
Hey.
and put together things and the flyers and all that stuff.
No,
And I was like, all right,
Peter,
cool.
Guess what?
I will make sure I will secure all the hard stuff,
Legendary wooden sword.
right? And I was like, I'll secure all the hard stuff, you know, stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, right? So I'm like, cool. And then they're like, oh, we
I'll
can't do
go
the
back.
24-hour challenge anymore. I was getting that from
Wait
the
for
upper
me.
staff. 1, 2, 1, 2. And they're like, we can't do the 24-hour challenge anymore because it costs us too much money. And I was like, what?
I made torches.
And they're like, yeah, it for us to keep a security guard on ground is too much money. And I was like, we don't need a security guard because there's
I
like
found
7
grenades.
professors here. I mean, we got this. And I had to fight so long and hard to be like, we've been doing this for years, and now all of a sudden it's a problem? Like, what happened? What changed? Why are we doing this? Why are we arguing? You know, it's not a student thing. The students are the only ones doing it.
I found a gnome.
We,
Ow.
you know,
Help
we'll
me.
be here, blah, 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 blah. Such a fight. Such a fight. It made no sense whatsoever. And yet, you know, we had it. Or, well, more or less, I had it. I had the fight. And then, you mentioned GigaCon. Oh, GigaCon, dude. So sad that what happened to that. I mean, every year, except for that one year, I think it was your year, where, you know, you got like bags and there was just a ton of stuff that came your way, like bags and pens and markers. 'Cause I had so much money, right? They gave me a budget, and I stayed way under that budget with, you know, the dinners, the breakfasts, the lunches, everything, right? Just way under budget. And they're like, well, you've got all this money, what do you want to do with it? And I was like, I guess I'm going to spend it on just random stuff. I almost bought the entire freaking school store out. Like, just bought it. Just bought everything at the school store. It's like, ha 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 ha. And it was just like,
I'm using the money.
Interesting. But the next time, because it was a different president, and I was like, hey, we want to continue this. It's been a success for this and this and this and this and this. And they're like, sounds good. You'll have this much money. Which was huge because before that, they had shrunk everything down. Right? But they gave me so little money. But this time they're like, all right, we can give you like, they're going to give me like $5,000 to run GigaCon. And I'm like, we're gonna have freaking filet mignon because I'm gonna have so much money. And then it came to my knowledge that $5,000 was in someone else's budget, and so because the president was like, you'll have this money. I'm like, great. Previously that money would be allocated to me, like it was just, here's your budget.
I can't see.
This time they're like, no, oh well, it's part of this person's budget. And so that person was like, well, you need to run everything through me. And I was like, no, because I could care to, I don't care what you have to say, because you are the PR person. You're not running this. And they're like, well, I need to know that I'm getting my money's worth for this. And I was like, who are you? Like, why are you, what? And then that's when the president was like, oh yeah, it is theirs, and you should try to work with them. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. You want all of the benefits, and then I don't have any freedom to do what I do that's made this such a success. So you run it. And I turned around and walked away, and they're like, whoa, we need to do this. We still need to do this. I'm like, good luck. And they're like, well, what about the guests? I was like, what guests? Well, didn't you have guests lined up? I was like, I did. They're like, well, can we contact them? No, you cannot. Well, why not? I'm like, well, because they're my guests. Like, they're my guests. So, no, you cannot. And I was like, well, but I mean, but I was like, nah, you are out of your mind if you think for one moment that I'm going to let you take what I've built, take all the credit, and just what? No, I was like, come on, no, absolutely not. Which also made them mad, of course, right? And like, how dare you not want to give us everything? You should be happy that we allow you to work here with us. Oh, so bad. So bad. And that whole situation was horrible. You can't see any of that. Let's see if we can get it a little darker so you can see it. right? Because you can't.
I just found a bunch of stars.
Look, I'm drawing something. I promise. I'm drawing this. I was about to say.
Oh no, the ghost
been
is
to every
back.
GigaCon, either as a student or invited guest. That's awesome. Well, I've
No.
already talked. I have a
He
meeting.
just showed up while
well,
I was riding the rails.
I have my evaluation on Wednesday, and then I'm supposed to have a meeting with the dean about my evaluation and stuff like that the following week. And well, I've already seen, like, MC has an auditorium and it's got all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, you know what's gonna happen? A GigaCon is gonna happen. And these people are gonna pay me for it. They're gonna pay me. They're going to pay me to do it, and they're going to pay to have it done. So I'm like, yeah, GigaCon's gonna come back, and it is going to be amazing. And just know, all my peoples, don't be surprised if you get a phone call from me. Like, hey, so about that, how about you be a guest again for the new folk? If you need help running it, oh man, I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Yes. I'm getting spawn killed. Wait, I can solve all of our problems right now. With a grenade!
With a grenade.
So good. You never turn on my stream.
You never asked us to.
From here on out, I will turn on your stream.
How come you keep this board if you can't erase this stuff?
Huh?
Yep,
You can.
What do I do with the
You just gotta
fallen
use
star?
some. You gotta use a chemical cleaner.
I have
I
15.
do like teaching at CC.
Wait, I just made an enchanted
I mean, it was
blue.
fun. It wasn't. I mean, I wasn't like, ooh, this is the best thing ever. But it was. I mean, it was all right.
You could see me.
What?
You could see me.
Yeah, because the camera's right here.
Okay, I'm gonna do dance now.
Okay. It's Tyler.
You know, I'm bored.
I can tell.
What should I do?
Well, you could always you could draw something.
I could. But I don't want to work on my drawing because I'm not sending this to bed.
Look, I drew that.
Who's that?
That's Lydia from Beetlejuice.
That makes sense.
Because I drew this one, and then your mother's like, you should draw a Beetlejuice. Or, I mean, Lydia. And I'm like, okay. So, like I said, I was trying to do these 80s, I'm doing 80s cartoons. Who should I do next, by the way? Not you, them. I'm asking them. Someone did say Ukla the Mock from Thundar, which is definitely getting drawn. But, so I got these.
I found a really big tree.
So, did those three. Oh, and here, you guys want to see the start of the project that I'm working on with DC Collect? Static, that's what I'm working on. Wait, what? Alf, yep. That was the first one. Oh, nice. So much action in your things. Nice. Yep. Alf, Storm, Icon, Steel, Mr. Terrific, Vixen. Are you telling me that's who I should be drawing? Because I don't think those were. I mean, Storm was an 80s cartoon.
Oh,
Well, no.
I'm talking to people.
No, that was 90s. 90s Storm. Oh, that's what you're putting together. I did that once. I definitely did that once. All right, these cartoons, yeah.
Guys, look at all the cool things I found. I found this really cool sphere, and I found this staff that makes a bird come to my head. I don't know what it does.
The main dude from what? Bulletproof? I can do bulletproof.
It doesn't do anything. It just kind of sits on my head.
Who's the main dude from Cops?
Bulletproof.
No, what's Cops?
It was a cartoon show.
Okay, I found a slime. I'm going to test
I
it.
I liked Cops. Inspector
It's doing
Gadget.
really bad. It's
Okay, do we do
horrible.
Inspector Gadget or do we do like Penny or the dog?
Like it can't. It keeps missing. You can't have it. It's my little baby bird.
You know,
Yeah, it might be bad at fighting. It doesn't know.
what was I
Like, do you just get
I
rid of
have
your
to go to
cats
German
because they
tomorrow.
can't file your taxes?
What?
I have to go to German tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
I also have to go to PE.
You're like, ugh, stupid cat.
How do you feel about that?
It-
Draw Inspector Gadget? Okay.
It will be okay, but we have an assessment today, and I am gonna fail.
I doubt it.
Have you
It's
heard of
push-ups and
Garfield?
sit-ups. I definitely am.
Push-ups and sit-ups.
So
don't
basically,
think-
it's a
I
cat,
think
right?
sit-ups easy peasy because sit-ups are easy, but push-ups, no.
I have so much better.
It's just a
items
white
than you
girl.
guys.
I mean,
Yeah,
true.
honestly, kind of bad.
And you said last week.
Diarrhea time.
How was school today?
Who are you talking to?
Father of mine.
It was good. I thought it was good.
Were there any troubles?
Nope. No troubles. No troubles. Wow, you guys really cannot see that.
A lot of lead.
I feel really
Oops.
bad that you can't see that like at all.
I tripped. I sunk 55 million hours into this game. I know. I'm pretty cool. No. You can't put 55 million hours into anything. Oh, hello, Bob. Oh wait, my bird.
Wow.
That did not help.
You talking to me?
I suppose.
See, like I can get it that way and you can see it, right? You can see the drawing, right?
Thank
But look at my hand! Look at that, what is that? What is that?
Alright, I'm gonna
That is so
keep
funny.
exploring to the right.
That's an embarrassment. This
Yes.
camera sucks. And it's one of the good cameras.
You look like you ate too many chickens. Dirt.
Oh no, what? It kept it? No! I canceled it. Why? Why? Ugh. I swear, sometimes I guess that's about as good as we're gonna get. I mean, still not necessarily my color, but at least you can kind of see it, right? You can kind of see the drawing. Okay. Guess that's as good as we're gonna get. But anyway, did you guys? Penny's just a white girl. Yeah, that's fair. Do you guys want to see the project that I'm working on for DC Collects?
Yes.
I forgot. I know I asked, but I forgot to follow up with you guys.
Show us. Thundercats, She-Ra, Garfield, Dino Riders, Elfclef, and the Centurions.
Centurions. She-Ra, Garfield, Dino Riders. Heck yeah.
What's Dino Riders? No, what's Heathcliff?
Heathcliff. Heathcliff was a
I found
Cr-
9 lead bars.
comic. That was a cat show.
How good
Dino
is
the
that?
Dino the dinosaur.
9
Do you know?
lead
Yes. That was a great. I'll definitely have to do that. Dino the last dinosaur. Yes. This rocking guitar. Obviously, I need to fill this in. Sometimes the markers do not like doing what you want.
I'm so proud of my mushroom store.
Your mushroom looks amazing.
You know, see, I started drawing the snake. I should grab my phone. Why is it bad?
Denver the last. Yes, there it is.
And I have to fix the top because it's the wrong color. It's too purple. Oops. I don't know what you're talking about.
Those are the 80s cartoons thing.
Correct myself.
Of course, one of my favorites. Muppet Babies. I will not draw Barney.
Yeah, draw Barney.
I'm not going
Draw
to draw.
Barney. Draw Barney.
I'm not
I'll
going
give
to.
you $5.
No, you won't.
I will.
No, you won't.
Draw Barney. I'll give you $5.
I'm drawing Barney.
Sidebar. Did you guys hear about the Boondocks revival god Can?
Oh, really? I did
I
not.
don't know what that is.
I did.
It was a cartoon show.
Miss Ebony says no Barney. I hate him.
Yeah, no,
Why?
no Barney.
I know you should draw me Thomas.
Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas
The Tank Engine?
Yeah.
Thomas the Transformer.
I'll put it on my wall. Actually, no, I'll put it in my backpack.
Optimus Prime.
Oh man, Optimus Prime, heck yeah. I remember Optimus Prime.
I'm going to summon the Wall of Flesh.
You should draw. Sylvie.
Oh, the Silverhawks are definitely gonna happen. That's not even a question. That's
I
like
can't believe Thomas went to 3D from stop motion a while ago. Back. I can't believe Thomas went to 3D from stop motion a while ago.
Yep.
Back. Now I read it right.
Yeah.
I hated it when I first found out, but it actually made a lot of sense in hindsight.
no.
I don't think I've seen the 3D one, but I definitely think that.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you have. We all have.
Okay.
Maybe not Brian.
Well, yeah, but I don't remember it. Well, I do, but I don't care. The original one was better.
I
It's
didn't.
like toys.
Yeah, I wasn't really big on the stop motion one, but after it turned 3D, I was like, oh my goodness, I never thought that I'd want more stop motion.
I watched shows from the 80s and questioned how we thought they were real. Lol, Gumby.
Because we were kids.
Oh yeah, that's how it feels like when every time I rewatch Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
You know, like we were kids. I mean,
What's Gumby?
oh my, it was claymation. It was funny. Oh, Gumby. You know what? It's almost like Pocoyo.
Oh, okay.
I love Pokemon.
I mean, I think that's probably the best way to describe it to your generation. Hokuyo.
What? Why does my spear do like 7 damage and a ball of mud do 30? This is ridiculous.
The height of taste when they were children. Yeah, no. David and Goliath.
Baby.
Well, see, I was gonna do David the Gnome.
The gnome.
Yeah. You guys remember David the Gnome? Oh, man.
What's a train worm? Okay, where are you? Oh, you're really far away.
Look,
Tell me.
you guys. There's your glimpse of
Yeah, I don't.
of the black dragon
Trying to
without
find that.
without his mask on.
Who?
Huh?
Is it a scar or is he crying?
He's crying.
Why is he crying?
Because he is remembering the death of his wife and child.
Who?
You know, when Miss Ebony said Davy, all I could think of was that stupid Never Have I Ever show that I regret watching.
What?
I watched it all one night with Mel. We stayed up till like 3 in the
What?
Why?
morning.
Davy Jones Walker?
Because I started it and then we watched it all the way till bedtime, right?
Mhm.
But then at that point, we only had like a couple episodes left, and we didn't want to have to watch it tomorrow, so we didn't want it to be unfinished, so we just kept watching it till it's done. Oh my goodness. I feel like that's normal.
I mean, yeah, it's called binge watching.
Hey,
See, normal. I do that a lot.
I mean, the thing is that your generation has the ability to do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm so glad I wasn't born in a
I'll
I
help
would
you
never
pick up
watch
these
TV,
rails.
honestly. Like, cable makes me really mad.
It makes me really mad. Still. It was like, it still makes me mad now. You know what I mean? Because it'll be something and you're like, why does Hulu have ads? It's a freaking streaming service. Why does it have ads? You know? And then you're like, I want to go watch Netflix because it doesn't have ads. And then you're like, oh wait, it also doesn't have all these shows that I want to watch.
Yeah. But I just especially hate like Disney and stuff because they only play like 3 episodes of like 4 shows a day. Then they play 1 episode of like 4 shows and then there's just 10 billion ads. So like when I would go over to watch Annie Mac with Mo, we'd have to watch like every single day all week long just to get
The
one
green
new
version.
episode because they just replay episodes over and over and over and over and over again. It's
Yeah?
annoying.
Okay,
Oh, I left.
okay, Miss Ebony. So
I died.
okay, but I mean, you were mentioning characters that I mean,
Oh, I keep
all that is
dying,
stuff
so
that I
switch
remember.
sides.
so just saying. I mean,
Yeah, but
I used to
now
watch stuff
I'm
like the
headed back
Banana
to the right.
Splits.
Miss Ebony is old.
Miss Ebony
You're
is
watching the
older than
Banana
than
Splits?
I am. Yes.
I'm sorry if that came across as rude, Miss Ebony. I thought you were like my dad's age. Why are you drawing a picture of him crying?
I just told you
but,
the
like,
answer to that.
He's remembering his family, but like, why?
Because they died, I'd assume.
What do you mean? Why? You are a soulless person.
Like, why does it matter? I don't know what's happening in your comic book.
Fair. Oh, Steve, man, I'm sorry.
But
I didn't look over and all of a sudden I missed it. Sorry, man. How you doing? You still there? What's going on? So, as far as what I'm doing, because there's a competition from creators for creators.
Hold on,
And
I forgot. How do I drop it?
It's a sequential. It's a
How do I
comic
drop it?
competition,
I don't know how to drop
right?
it, I forgot.
Shh. it's a comic competition,
Oh,
and the competition is that they will actually allow you to like make your comic, right? So the idea is that you pitch a 64 to 100 page comic, and if you get selected, they will give you $30,000 to make said comic. And it's not $30,000 to get it published. It's $30,000 so that you can work on it and not have to worry about work, right? Because most comic creators are like, well, it took me 5 million years to get something done because, you know, I had to go to work and that's what was keeping people. So for the past 5 years, they've been doing this competition where, you know, you submit stuff and eventually people get selected, and they go from there, right? And they help them and all that kind of good stuff, because it's Image, some people from Image Comics and some other comic place.
Yeah, I also thought.
And so,
it was gonna be like the three of us.
I'm like, you know what? I'm at a place now where I can actually submit something, because before I didn't really have a product that I was working on, and so it's like, well, I now have the ability to work on a project as a comic, so I might as well, right? And I'm like, well, I can't do the first 5 pages. I could do the first 5 pages of this, but I'm doubling up. I'm gonna do the 5 pages that I have to submit to that competition. Excuse me. And these 5 pages are going to be what I'm going to put in the source book. So in this particular page, he's talking about revenge and how it won't bring them back and how it just causes more pain and, you know, that kind of stuff, right? And so in this one, he's literally remembering the death of his family, like the literal assassination of his family.
Why did they kill him?
Because they didn't like him.
I don't think I can.
Because
Was
he's
he
an
evil?
out.
Was
He
he evil before?
no, he's an outsider. So he was a person of. He didn't have any ninja blood in his family tree, right? He's not of ninja descent. So they looked at him as lesser of a being. But he was able to work his way all the way up into the elite guard of the Shogun. And so those who were purebloods didn't necessarily like that. And there was one specifically who wants to keep the bloodline of the ninja pure. And so he goes, now that the Shogun was assassinated, if I get rid of all evidence that this person existed, then we can absolutely deny the fact that our bloodline was tainted, right? Like our legacy was tainted. So he went to go eradicate everything about him. Everything. So that's why I hate Barney. I hear you. Had to go tuck the wife into bed. So, and then, like I said, in this one, what's happening is you see him crying, right? And then in the next one, he's putting his mask on putting the mask on his face. And then the last one shows him with his mask on, right? Going, I'm ready to kill everyone. And then in the last page, we see him walking out of the cave that he's in with his sword out, right? And the ghost or spirit of his dead wife and child are hanging. Like his wife is wrapped around his neck in a hug, and his little kid is holding onto his hand. But they are clearly dead. So, yeah. That's what's happening. I can't believe that I missed my man Steve. I'm so sorry. If you watch the the VOD, you'll see it. But I'm so sorry. It's hard to catch the YouTube, because like when I'm doing digital, it's easy because it's right there. But with when I'm over here, it's really hard to look because I'll always forget, because I can see Twitch because I have it on my phone, right? But YouTube doesn't flow over here. I have really good memory. Lies.
$1.
The battle royale has begun! No, leave me alone! Leave me alone! No! Is that 2 in a row today?
What?
Single digits cheating.
What's an English too?
Yes. 2 in a row. Like who does that?
I don't know, right there.
Horrible. Hey, you. And you. That's bedtime. Like, hey, you guys. It's past your bedtime.
I have to get out, guys. After. No, you guys
Thank you for getting me
guys can keep playing
to
if you
use
want.
my Karens. You know what? I think they're great. Like this bad boy, this metallic one. Oh, I love
Yeah,
this
if
thing.
you guys don't want to, you don't have to. But if you do, you can keep playing. I don't know.
No, that's not the metallic one. I have to find where I put the metallic one, because that one somewhere over here. I forget. But the metallic one was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I loved it.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
And now the oh, here it is. This one, the metallic one. The distributor of the for the US is sending me some samples of, after seeing the review. He's like, you only got to play around with one? Like, yeah, I'm gonna send you some. So he's sending me a couple of the regular ones, and then like a 10 or 12 pack of the metallic ones. So, yeah. I've been eating my Wheaties. Fair enough. Yep, the guys from Marker Universe, yep. There is a Marvel Universe, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, and they're like, we're the only ones that bring it in. I bet you on a while. I'm putting away my day job here on Capitol Hill. Oh, all right. Oh man, I'm very much considering. Nope, that part is all black. It is. It's all black. It's all black. Steve, have you heard about Creators for Creators? Might be something you want to look into, man. 30 grand to get your to do your own comic. Might be worth looking into. Just saying. Just saying. See, here's the thing. I was gonna try and give him like all of these shapes, but his outfit is that it's just black, or at least in this section. So there's no real need to try and come in here and be like, oh look, I did highlights and stuff like that. Like, no, it's all black. That's his thing. Yep, it's true. That's who I'm dealing with as well. Yep. March. I keep meaning to put something out on Instagram and stuff. Easy panel. My own sake, I might come back in and redo those lines though. Just a little division. And then should have one sword. Oh look, we still got the white one in there too. Ha ha ha! Yeah. What's in sketch markers today? Oh, nice. Oh, that's great, actually. I was like, oh, that's really good. Keep getting all these deals from Hurtful. It's not about whether you need them or not. It's about whether you want them. What's up, Mandala? I'm a VIP. Oh, Bikia, I don't know if you, I don't know if I told you, but, I did get a letter from, the, whatchamacallit people, San Diego, and they said that the letter was to confirm the participation of Comic-Con, as what they said. But in the same sentence, they also said that they will be sending invoices, and I don't know if that, because it's actually sent to vendors and stuff as well. So we're waiting. Hernandez and I are waiting to hear if they're actually going to be charging Artist Alley folk. So I just wanted to keep you updated as far as like they said. So as of right now, we have the ability to have a table there. Okay, so that means we're gonna be going. But if it's oh well, you got to pay $1,000, then no. So, it's still up in the air, but yeah, one way or the other, because I know that they'll be like, hey, can you do a panel? So, you'll get something. I don't know, they might also give me a free, whatchamacallit too, so. No, why would I do that? But what I am gonna do, since we're almost only got about 30 minutes left, I'm going to run an ad. I'm gonna throw some faux cents up in there. Try and make some monies. Faux cent. It's 400 colors. I already have 358. Okay, so 400 colors. Like I don't know what to do. I have these colors, right? And there are colors that I'm like, I haven't even touched. And then I got the 320 from Ohuhu. I just haven't really started on any of their markers yet. But I'm looking at these and they're so minuscule as far as like, oh, there's just this much of a difference. And I'm like, ugh. So it's just one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know if I need that. There's too many. I'm gonna be really excited to limit, right? To just be like, I think I'm good. Really actually limit the amount. Like, which markers do I actually use? Because I'll use all of them and be like, ha, look, I got this. Isn't that awesome? It's like, yeah, but you don't need it. That's not a color I need. So it's my favorite marker set to use. Oh, my allergies, not me making breathe. To be honest, it depends. When I'm working on stuff, like I still will come back to the touch markers. They have, for me, so far been the top of the line. I will always go to other things just because I don't have the right color anymore from touch, but touch has always been the one that I would go to. I would then say that, like, I do like Ohuhu markers because they're cheap and I can take them with me, and they have a lot of colors too, you know, and it's still cheap to refill it. So, but I do believe, I was telling Crystal earlier that there are some from Touch that are like, I like these colors for specific things, so I'm gonna actually keep those and then buy the refills and stuff like that. What I am hoping is that I can actually get I can actually say that Olo is going to be my favorite one once I have them all, because the one I had, or the two I had, the orange and red, I was like, yep, yes, but you know, they have a lot of markers, and I'm very excited. Like, I really want to play around with those, because they were so, it was just so nice. And like I said, the potential of the bullet tip as well. And I think at one point he was talking about actually trying to get the fine liner too, so I could actually make what I was actually after, which was a fine liner bullet, because I know that Tombow has done it, but it's water based, right? And so they're good for like small stints and stuff, but I would love to have something that's, you know, alcohol based that gives me fine liner and the bullet, and that'd be awesome. I'm getting rid of all my markers. Right now I'm being realistic. I'm being realistic because I don't have the other markers in my hands. That's the thing. I do believe that once, but see, here's the thing, I will just use them, or not really just go, oh, well, throwing them out would be, you know, dumb. Putting them in a box to letting my kids use them, at least they'll get, you know, they're gonna get used. Well, I know that's what it says. I know that's what it says, but the retail price is always going to be the $680, because that's what, I mean, he's like, our retail price is this much money, because it's not a $10 marker, right? So it's one of those marketing ploys that you can be like, hey, look, it's on sale, or get it now because it's on sale. It's that kind of thing, because, you know, I was told what the retail price and stuff would actually be, so you will always be at that $6 and, you know, $6.70 for the initial marker. But you can buy them individually, right? So you can actually buy the ones individually, and it's like $3.20 or something like that. So yeah, don't let that little scratched out part fool you. It's like, it's a quintillion amount of money, you know, and then you're like, oh. For me is $800. Oh, because of 120. It's, well, I mean, like I said, this is what I was told. That's what your number is. But yeah, no, it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. And that's the one thing that I always tell people, you know, I'm like, I have markers that I trust because I know that the nibs are good, or I know the color's vibrant, and I know that these things are going to give me exactly what I want. But I'm also a teacher. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm also a teacher, so I absolutely understand that you're not, you know, if you don't have a grandpa or mom or dad who's willing to just drop money, that you're gonna have to go with something a little bit more affordable. And luckily, being on the hunt for different materials and stuff, I can literally direct people into places where I'm like, these are really good, or these are really good for the price. You know, yeah, you know, you spend $100, $120, but you also get all of this versus $680, and you know. But eventually, I mean, to be honest, eventually, everyone that I've known thus far goes to a professional marker. Oh yeah, it's a lot. But you know, if that's what you're doing, if you're a traditional marker user, you want something that's gonna last. I mean, because if you try and get Copics, it's even more than that. So, you know, I've always been the type of person who's like, that's hefty on my pocket, right? But I've also been the one who's always tried to find a way to get them without having to pay for them. Right? And I think that everyone has that ability. You can go out and get it. You just gotta, because I was rocking Prismas for years. You know, it's technically the student grade bottom of, not necessarily bottom of the barrel, but bottom of the professional barrel. And it was like, yeah, I'm rocking these, you know, like that was my thing. So till someone noticed, like, oh, hello. It's like, yeah, look at me, you know. So, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's not, once again, it's not necessarily an all of a sudden type thing, but it's like, oh, wait a minute, you do these markers, that's really good, you should try our markers. I'm like, you're right, I really should. So, are hard on the hand. Yeah, it's too big. Like, it's a huge, like, it's weird at how big the barrel of that marker is. Always hate drawing that center line because I never get it in the center. Stars at Sharpies. Well, they're definitely not that expensive. Oh, I gotta get ready to buy resin because I gotta make these figures, man. I'm not gonna have them for Farpoint, but I will have them hopefully for something else. I just found my Sharpies. So I'm gonna need you guys to stay kind of on me to make sure that I don't veer too much from doing pages, because by the end of March is the due date for the pages, right? The pages in the submission, and so I want to make sure that I get them done. Like it's big for me. I gotta make sure that I get it done. 5 pages for the submission, but I have 40 pages laid out, and since they need 64 to 100, I'm gonna kind of do like 2 chapters, 40, because the whole plan was to do 40 pages and 40 pages, right? Like 40 pages, 40 pages. So that's the plan. You got this. Well, yeah, I don't necessarily think it's going to be necessarily a problem, but I also know that I'll be the first one to be like, yeah, you know what? I want to draw something else. So that's why I'm just like, oh, just, you know, make sure you guys keep me on track. What's up here? Ooh. Actually, all the way up here. Wait. You gotta show up. Everybody got jokes. Everybody got them jokes. Trinity sketchbooks this year. 2 for something? Yeah. I've been working on my sketchbooks. Bad part is when you do multiple sketchbooks, they all don't necessarily get done like on a month-to-month basis. I have 2 sketchbooks almost done, and if I can just, I need to sit down and literally just do kind of like just a drawing session because I didn't. So some like life drawing and stuff in there. So I already got 25 sketchbooks done in 2. I know. I don't understand him sometimes. The amount that he draws is insane. And then again, he is fast. Always has been. So just trying to keep up. And the thing is that he's got so much, like he's got so many ideas. It's crazy. He's just like, I'm fast, you suck, just deal with it. And that's it. I'm like, yeah, I'm fast, you're not. You'll deal with it, you'll be alright. No, they're still not 10-page sketchbooks. Okay. Why are you just hating? My goodness. So there's this one, 100 pages. 100 pages. Wait, there. 100. There's this one. I don't know if it'll sit. But, I mean, you can over the little sticker, right? But it's 50 pages, right? And if this one I have left. So on the back of that one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 pages left in this one. Okay. Oh, something fell. 9 pages. I got a couple more in this one though. No, look at that. I had to draw Kirby in class, so it's my Kirby. Oh, and Kermit. Oh wait, Kermit. Sith Kermit. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 17 pages left in this one. That would be those two. And then there's this one. This one. Right. The where I was doing the G.I. Joe stuff. Alright, and of course I was surprised at how far I got. In fact, I was keep doing it in color. And then ink that one. I'd come back and ink Serpentor because I thought he looked cool, so I'm going to take my time on that one. Yeah, it doesn't count as front and back. Yeah, it does. What do you want me to do here? What do you want me to do there? Little faces in the margins? Come on, man. Don't be that way. Don't be salty. Dr. Mindbender. Right, so I'm going to ink all those up, color them in. Shipwreck just snapped out, of course. Horrible. Like the way that came out. Spirit was pretty cool. Crimson Twins. And so I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those pages to do. Captain Planet is G.I. Joe. I don't know. I might just go off and just say screw it and do the Blackberrians in a sketchbook. Just go ahead and run with that property. I know you have. Oh, you talking about Enrique? I'm sorry, and yes, you did. I felt defensive. I was like, "What? No." Hey, it's redacted. Oh my goodness, what's up? Oh, what's up, Steve Jobs? Yep, rocking the Steve Jobs. Yep. Comfortable lead holders. Take some black electrical tape and wrap. A little lead holder. It'll give you good grip. I'm pretty good. It was a Roadblock, the bald-headed guy, dude. No, that was Gung Ho. I figured that I couldn't use the stereotypical black dude for my G.I. Joe. I left him out on purpose. It's like one of my jokes from 2 hours ago. It's true. It's true. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna have to do that pose eventually. Because we want. How would he use left-handed? Left-handed. So that would mean. Somewhere down here. Fingers and then So Pro Black Metal, yes you did. Yes, yes you did. I actually like that. I like that one. So that it was way better than the first one they did, which was garbage. Done early, yep. Marlon Wayans' G.I. Joe. Man, that movie was bad. Made no sense. I mean, the thing is that it was like a live action G.I. Joe cartoon. You know, like all like the Pyramid of Darkness ridiculous. But then they started trying to make stuff up, and I was just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to make things up that don't make sense? Where they're like, the Baroness and Duke were brother and sister. It's just like, what? Like, why would they be brother and sister? That, what? So, yeah, there were just things in there that was just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would, what? So, that's why I don't accept that movie, because it was just like, why are y'all screwing with the timeline? It's make believe. Ah. They dude was the main character. Like, it might be make believe, but at least keep the story straight. Keep the story straight. The movie was horrible too. Gosh, that movie was so bad. Because it made no sense. Why did they team up? They hated each other. It was so bad. So come this way or that way. Definitely need to. The hand is definitely not the way I need it. So then go ahead and we'll erase this. I'm gonna take a nice old picture of it. Erase all the light parts. That way, still have a semi-decent face. I watched it for the comedy. It was one of my favorite movie watching experiences. I hate you so much. I wanted that movie to be good. I so did. The thing was that it, you know, and I'm like, this is a Storm Shadow movie. Like, the person who came out the best was Storm Shadow. Like, as far as like looking like, hey, this is what happened. You're like, Storm Shadow's the hero of this story. Wait a minute, what? That's not supposed to happen. And then somehow still got thrown out, right? Like, how dare you? I know that he stole it, but still. Alright, come on, they can't win again. Oh, Skip, I think you got it. Oh no, he picked up the health pack. Oh no! There was another health pack. So many health packs. So many health packs. Oh no, right at the end. Oh my goodness. It's still going. No, Skip didn't get it. So close. No, Hall H, what's up, man? Hanging out in the stream, just chilling, winning the rigged fight. It must. You underestimated and must crush the next time. Oh, Skip. Question. So I'm working on this new series called Life of Kaiser, which I'm editing up, and I want to throw in like mini commercial bumpers. Remember in the old school Transformers and G1 Transformers when it went to commercial and it was like, we'll be right back after these messages. We now return to Transformers. How can I convince you to do that for Ninja Empire? Is that a possibility? Yep. Yep. They're the mini animations that literally told you that you were going to commercial or that you just came back from commercial. Even though you kind of already knew that because you're watching. But I thought those would be kind of cool. Time's up. As soon as I get the reference for that, this one's a one. I mean, once again, not a lot to it, but like, yeah. I know you can barely, it's like y'all are having a hard time seeing what's there, but I promise you, stuff's there. I don't know how I can fix that. Wait a minute. I wonder. Hold on. The ninjas have a ninja on their foreheads. Not these ninjas. I wonder. Is that it? Just go off. Okay, so the light went away. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something here. That looks like it would be better. Well, I think I'm gonna have to start doing it like that. I just have to turn that light off. Alright. Okay, so if I want to do the pencils, time went by very fast today. So if I want to do the pencils, I should unplug the light that's up there. But then I get real dark. Like, how's that? What do you think? Is that gonna be okay? By plugging the light, you see me, I guess, in more light. I guess I could put a little light somewhere, but then you can see, like, right? Like, because you can actually see this one, which is drawn in more finished, right? I think doing it this way is gonna be better, right? Because right? What do you think? You need to have a bumper voice. Well, I mean that is. I mean, we can fix that. All right, but I think that's where we're going. Oh, now I see what the problem is. Problem is that I have a shadow coming from over here, so I might need to throw a light so that explosion music. All right, light skin. I mean, you know. You light skin. Y'all are horrible. Anyway, thank you. Since it's time, it's like, thank you so very much. Oh wait, did you see the stag things? I did, and I said they were awesome. This is gonna look badass in color. That's gonna look, just gonna look great. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see it done. So thank you guys so very, very much. It was great today. I mean, time just flew by. Should be a shadow roof. A dangerous world does not exist. So, did you catch my questioning about doing like a Transformers G1 animation for Life of Kaiser? You know, we'll be right back after these messages, and now back to Transformers. I was asking if that something's doable. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so very much. Always awesome. Definitely see you on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more on this beforehand so that page can be more done. And then yeah, we're just gonna keep going. Like, I'm just gonna keep knocking these out. So thank you so very much. Are we rating anyone? Is anyone there before we hit the mantra? Like I said, thank you so very much, and I'll definitely say that you need to remember: born a ninja, die a ninja. Are we rating anybody? Is there anyone rateable? Who we rate? I mean, we got like 6 people. I don't know if we're just going home. I mean, going to bed. We're just going to bed. I think we're going to bed. I see no one. Anyone streaming on Monday night? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Alright, well then, in that case, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. It's been awesome. And, yeah, let's get out of here. I'll see you guys later.
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.